What's going on, guys? It's Kyle. This is Big Money Mindset. Pleased to bring you another video here today. And in today's video, we're going to be going over some massive updates surrounding Hyliion. I'm going to be going over the crazy price fluctuations we are experiencing, how this is an amazing opportunity to purchase options as well as regular stock. I'm going to be going into my portfolio just to show you what kind of damage we have experienced with this massive sell-off. And I'm going to be showing you exactly where this massive sell-off came from, and you guys are going to be very intrigued with the information that I have for you today. Once again, I want to say thank you to everyone that subscribed to the channel. Your feedback is beyond appreciated. I can't do it without you guys. The growth this channel is experiencing is just ridiculous, and I want to say thank you. And don't forget, when we hit that 10,000 sub mark, I'm going to be dropping that Big Money Mindset Rocket Fuel merch, and you guys are going to be very pleased. And most importantly, only if you feel this video gives you better insight on SHLL, Hyliion stock, and where it is headed in the near future leading up to the merger, be sure to subscribe to the channel. We're going to be keeping you updated daily. There's going to be a lot of great information coming out, and you don't want to miss it. Let's get into the video. All right, everybody, I know today was a crazy day, okay? I did not see that coming. I don't think anyone saw it coming. This was a massive market sell-off, the worst in 3 months that the entire market has experienced. CNN Business, Markets Now, stock market bloodbath, Dow and NASDAQ plummet in the worst day since June. This is just ridiculous. I did not see this coming. This was a massive market sell-off. Some companies got hit way harder than others. SHLL Hyliion was one of those companies that did get massively hit the hardest. We can see SHLL Hyliion hit a 20% max decrease during peak sell-off. We were looking pretty good when the day started. We were hovering right around that $52, $53 mark, beginning of the AM at around 9:30. Once we hit that 11:20 AM mark, we saw a massive 19% sell-off, and that was pretty drastic. I mean, I was surprised. It was a massive sell-off. But if you just stay and watch this video, I'm going to show you exactly where the sell-off came from and why it happened. We can also see that we finished the day off at 9%. So we did have a nice little recovery. The problem is, looking at aftermarket hours, we have an additional 8%. So that's going to bring us right back to that 17 to 18% sell-off after we had that recovery at the end of the day. So just understand, tomorrow it might not be looking good, but understand there might be good opportunities that we can capitalize on in the next day or two. And I know a lot of you guys were concerned with my post I put on the channel feed, and I want you guys to understand, okay, I rushed it a little bit. I forgot to put a word or two in mentioning what I was planning on selling and what time frame. Of course, I'm not planning on selling the stock, so I should have put that in there. I was just referring to the options, okay? I wasn't selling them immediately. What I was trying to let you guys know is it is time to get an exit strategy, and I am putting my exit strategy in place right now as we speak, 1 to 2 weeks leading up to the merger, because I'm not going to be losing out on massive profits when the whales try to dump on me. I'm going to be out the gate before that even happens. So understand, I have my alert set for 5% and 10%, okay? And, you know, I've seen a lot of my stocks, hit that 5% range. I got SHLL on it. I've seen it hit 5% a couple times, and, once we hit around that 10:45 mark, I saw the 10% alert go off, and I was like, whatever. I don't break a sweat. 5%, 10%, I don't break a sweat. And later on, when I went to check it, I saw that 20% drop, and I was like blown away. I was like, man, this is pretty intense, So the 20% was a bit concerning. I wasn't planning on selling. I was just really, really surprised. So I updated you guys on the post. That post was just to give you guys my exit strategy. What I was trying to say is I do not want anyone holding this thing through the merger, because you may see a massive increase in pricing, 20 to 30%. The problem is no one's going to know when the dump's happening. These big fish have so much equity value in this company. These price fluctuations will drop dramatically. You do not want to get caught up with options with a drastic sell-off of 30%, because you're going to lose out on a lot of opportunity and gains. So we want to get out right around that first day, I would say the first couple of hours that the merger is announced and all of the FOMO starts happening. So I do not plan on holding this thing 2 to 3 days after the merger, because it is going to be extremely volatile. As we can see, this also brings a great opportunity with the price fluctuation of the 20% sell-off. Options are going to be on sale again. We'll take a quick look at those October calls, of course. As we look at the October calls, we can see the price fluctuation of SHLL Hyliion was right around an 18 to 20% decrease. When you look at the options calls, take a look. 18% decrease, 17, 15. It's right around that same range as the price of the stocks fluctuation. So just understand, the worst news is the best time to buy stocks or options. That's just the plain old truth. You're going to get the best deal when you buy in the worst time frames. We can also see that Robinhood has now announced $85 and $80 strike price calls. This is insane. I feel like Robinhood is using these strike prices because they are understanding the type of volume this stock is going to be experiencing during the merger and the merger announcement. We can still see, even with our sell-off of around 20%, these are still pretty pricey options, okay? You're going to be paying close to $1,000 for these $65 and $60 calls. So just understand, if you really want to get risky, the September 18 calls, you know, you're going to be pushing it, but these are at pretty solid price points. You're still in that $5, $6, $7 range. You just need to understand your risk to reward management, but just understand this is a great opportunity to invest because it's a sell-off, and it was a pretty big sell-off today. Remember, hold shares forever. Buy these stocks that are on sale for the long term and these $40 price points, okay? I plan on holding the stock for 5 to 10 years. I feel like Hyliion is going to be massive down the road. They're going to be taking up so much of the market in the EV technology. They're a top 3 player. So just understand that I'm holding these bad boys for a long, long time. And I don't want you guys to be too concerned with the sell-off, okay? I know a lot of you guys are up massively, okay? Even with the sell-off, you guys are still up dramatically. I have people writing me every day going over 2 to 3 times the amount of profits I was making. There's some big ballers that did capitalize on these massive options a couple of weeks ago, the same time frame I did. So a lot of people are making some crazy money even with this 20% sell-off. So just understand, it only gets better from here. You just need to plan your exit strategy accordingly if you did purchase those October calls. And I will be going into further detail as we get closer because we want to maximize those profits and we don't want to lose out on what we earned. You need to understand the Dow Jones annual return is 5% over 122 years since birth. Just so you guys are still smoking the Dow Jones annual returns, it only goes up from here. I'm literally up 200-300% still. I think it was up like 500%. So just understand, I'm going to be going over with you guys on my options and how I've lost literally $10,000 profit at one point today. I just want you guys to know I wasn't really sweating it. I was more sweating it because I wanted to get the information out to you guys as fast as possible because I didn't want to see everyone selling right away today because this was the worst day we've ever seen. As we're looking at my options, we know that I purchased the 10/16 expiration date, 16 contracts valued at $3.90 per piece. These were worth over $20 the other day. I was up 27,000 profit, okay? 27,000 profit. As we take a look today, I'm up 21,000 profit with a $5,000 negative return. But understand, this is just showing a 10% decrease because of what we ended the market at. When I was down 20% of the options, I was down 10 grand. So my total return was literally at 15,000. So I lost literally 10 G's at one point at 11 a.m. And man, that was a huge decrease, but we did see a little bit of an increase. But understand, this is not taking into account the aftermarket sell-off that we are experiencing right now. I just want to let you guys know I do not see pretty things happening tomorrow, Friday. Just understand, it might be a great opportunity to buy when the market is open. All right, and this is what you guys have been waiting for. I'm going to give you the exact 100% reason why this stock plummeted drastically 20% around 11 a.m. this Thursday. Where did the sell-off come from and why? It is because of 3 whales. 3 whales in specific. And I explained that to you in my discussion post that this is the whales. I already knew it from the get-go. And I'm going to be showing you exactly the 3 whales that did this mess. Adage Capital Partners GP LLC, Alberta Investment Management Corporation, and Leska Investment Group LP. These guys sold off 2.4 million shares. If we put the value around $55 per share, that brings us to a drastic sell-off of $132 million not including retail investors. The reason why I know this is because these types of large transactions are notated and listed in public information. As we look at the NASDAQ and type in SHLL Hyliion, what you guys want to go to, you want to go to this little column on the left, the institutional holdings. We can see right now we have an updated mark of the shares sold. We can see that Adage Capital Partners GP LLC sold 900,000 shares and a 44% decrease in their holdings. Alberta Investment Management Corp sold 550,000 shares with a decrease in 64% of their holdings. And last but not least, we have Alaska Investment Group LP sold 958,000 shares, decreasing their holdings by 95%. I did the math for you guys, and this was equivalent to over $131 million. This is where the 20% decrease came from. I knew it was the whales. They are getting greedy. This is why the rich get richer. They control the stock market, okay? And as we can see, they have exited a large market of their stock market portfolio in SHLL Hyliion. This is good news for retail investors. This is what we want to see. We want to see these guys getting out of the building because they do have so much authority as far as a sell-off, especially during a peak merger. That's what we need to be watching out for. We're going to be building up an exit plan for you guys. It's going to be very informative, the information that we're going to be providing you with day in and day out. And if you made it to the end of the video, I want to say I really do appreciate it. I enjoyed doing this video for you and giving you guys the information that you need. Understand, big sell-offs are big opportunities to profit drastically because there is a lot of fear in the market today because of these big whales. And be sure to leave me a comment. I want to hear you guys' feedback on what's going on today in the market. What are your guys' perspective as what's going to happen in the future? I'm really interested, and I'm going to be replying back to as many people as I possibly can. And most importantly, only if you feel this video gave you a better insight on SHLL Hyliion and where the stock is headed in the future, be sure to subscribe to the channel. We're going to be keeping you updated daily. There's going to be a lot of great information and you don't want to miss out. This is Big Money Mindset. I'm Kyle. You have a great day.